Hey guys, good evening. How's everybody doing? I'm so excited to be here in Lash Stars tonight. As you saw what I posted about today, we're going to talk about this evening getting presenters started. If you're on, just say hey. If you want, make sure you tag your teams, especially if they're new. That way they'll get the information. You can also, you should be able to share this with your teams as well. So my name is Becky Blothenburg. I'm a Purple Status presenter, and we're going to talk about tonight getting presenters started. So let me give you a little bit of background on myself and why I think that my background has helped me with getting new presenters started. So I was a retail manager for almost 15 years. So any aspect of retail that you could do, I did it. I was a sales associate, I was a stock associate, I was a stock manager, I was assistant manager, I was merchandising manager, I was like everything you could imagine. I have done in retail. I was a training manager actually for Gap for several years. So I traveled from store to store in every single district, and I taught managers how to do a scheduling system. So training has kind of always been my thing. And when I was young, I wanted to be a teacher. So I grew up and turned into a chef and stay-at-home mom and now makeup guru. So kind of crazy. But my background in retail, I think, really helped me to look at the bigger picture and be able to give people some kind of structure when they get started. So I have a sheet of notes, so make sure you have a pen and a paper. There's so many different resources that you can use to get new presenters started, but I'm going to give you some of mine and what we, as my team, feel that we do very successfully and that work for new presenters. And the key thing that you have to remember when you're having somebody join and getting them started is you have to remember what it was like when you were brand new and when you first started. And if you operate in helping those new people from that point, from where you remember what it was like when you first joined and you first clicked that button, it kind of helps you to guide them a little bit better. So hello everybody, thanks for the love. So the first part of getting started, listen, Whitney has amazing resources for you in this group. If you don't use this group, you're missing out on a ton of stuff. So when I first started, I didn't sleep, and all I did was I literally went back at that time 2 years ago. Whitney had this group for I think it was like a year and a half or so. So I would just write down every topic that I wanted to learn, and I would hit the search button, type it in, and I would go through this whole group and just fill my brain with everything that was in here. So I'm going to talk about the resources that Whitney has in here that we use as our team, and we kind of just translate over. So when a new person joins our team, my team knows that there is a Getting Started 101 checklist, and it's just a post that we have that is pinned in our top team page. And all of our leaders and everybody on our team have copy and pasted it. So it's simple, like they click join, add them to these groups, and it tells them what groups to add them to. It tells them to explain the groups that you're adding them to. So when I add someone new, I say, hey, this is my team page. You're going to check in here a couple times a day to see what your, any information from corporate, et cetera, et cetera. And then, we tell them, okay, this is Lash Stars. This is the other main training group. So you want to give them a little bit of a rundown of the groups that you're adding them to. Don't just add them to 10 million groups and expect them to figure out what is going on. It's going to overwhelm them. So we only add them to 3 groups when we get started, and then as they progress, then we add them to other ones if there's others that you use. But really, like, keeping it really simple is the best thing. So the checklist is number 1. So if you and your team do not have a checklist, you guys should create a checklist, okay? So it's, they join, add them to the groups, post a welcome post, and then help them to know where to start, right? So when they start, even if somebody has joined, they are scared. They're scared. They don't know what to do, even though they may be very, very excited for the opportunity. Once they click join and they start getting like welcomed, they're like, okay, well, what do I do now? Right? And a lot of our success has been too that when we are talking to potentials, that we make sure that the potentials that would join our team know that everything is team based, so that they don't just feel like they're going to join and be left alone and be out to like fend for themselves. So I have had a ton of people that I have personally sponsored that have said, oh, I didn't know that this was going to be like this. I didn't know I was going to have help. I didn't know I was going to have resources. I thought I was just going to join and be on my own. And that is like a big pet peeve of mine, is somebody, anybody in my downline feeling like they are alone or lost. I'm kind of OCD with making sure that I personally welcome new people to the team, and I kind of get to know a little bit about them so that they know that I am accessible for them, so that if they do have a question, they can come to me and they can ask me a question. So the first thing that we do when we get people that join the team, like I said, we do the getting started checklist. So we start adding them to the groups, we do the welcome, and then we get them into Whitney's event in here that is pinned in this group, and it's called Getting Started. If you have not gone through Whitney's Getting Started, you need to get your teams through that. Even if they've been with you for a long time, they need to complete Getting Started, or Start Strong. Sorry, it's called Start Strong. So if you go to the pin post, the link to the event is in the pin post, or you can just go to the info button and scroll to the bottom where it says events and go to past events, and it's the very last one at the bottom. So start strong. You have to start your presenters out strong. They have to understand the business. They have to understand how they're going to get going. And that Start Strong, it's numbered posts, and they go through all of those posts. So we tell our new presenters, you're going to complete Start Strong first. This is what you're going to work on while you're waiting for your kit to come, right? So you're going to go through this training. So we work with them to check in, to see where they're at. But listen, we're not hand-holding people. So it's 80% you're working on your own business and 20% team training, right? And helping your people get started. So we guide them and tell them where to start and what to do, but we're not every day saying, how come you're not done with this? How come you're, like, we don't do that. Like, we tell them where to go, what to do, and they need to come back and check in with whoever their sponsor is on our team and let us know when they are done with Start Strong. So once they have completed Start Strong, then we make sure that they complete the 5 weekly trainings on their back office, right? And like there's just 5 weekly trainings. They can cruise through it quickly, ask any questions if they have it as they're going. And then from there, we get them into the university, which is on your back office also. So university has all the tutorial videos and all the stuff about the products. So that's what we get them into next. So they're going to start learning about the products. All this time, we haven't officially launched them yet. So I like to make sure that people get a few days of solid training before they launch. I think that it's really important that people understand how to launch before they actually launch, because if they don't feel comfortable before they actually launch, when they launch, they have a higher percentage of not being successful, and then which turns into them going inactive and getting discouraged and not reaching the full potential that they could. So we work with whoever it is to make sure that we're helping them get started and launch strong. So starting strong is like crucial. That starting strong event is crucial to get them through. So start strong, the weekly event or the weekly trainings in your back office, then university in the back office, and make sure that they go through that. I also did I think it was about a year ago, maybe 8 months or something like that. I did a new presenter Zoom. So it's literally me screen sharing the areas of their back office. So it walks them through like how to place their order, everything that's in Start Strong, but I did it in a Zoom because when I train, I try to train all three different ways, right? So some people are visual, some people are auditory, and some people are kinesthetic learners. So I try to make sure that I provide information in those three different ways. So they could literally be reading through Start Strong, but maybe they have a hard time reading and they don't really comprehend what's going on. But if I give them the video for new presenters getting started, the Zoom that's on YouTube, then that might click a little bit easier for them. So just remember that you want to be able to try to identify who you're working with and how they learn. You can just simply ask them. Like I ask people that join my team, I ask them, I say, what way do you learn best? Are you visual? Are you auditory? Are you kinesthetic? Tell me which way you learn best so I know how to adapt my training to whoever I'm training. Does that make sense? So as a leader, you're the one that needs to change to help your people, if that makes sense. So the Zoom is great. So it's another addition to Start Strong, right? And like I said, you can record the Zoom, and I uploaded it to YouTube so that the team has it. It's just called New Presenter Zoom, and it walks through everything. So they've done the stuff in the back office, they've done the getting started Zoom, and then we move them into Whitney's event, and we talk about product knowledge. So the new one that she just has up with all the, it shows you all the images, it tells you, talks to you about the product, and then we also talk to them about actually getting online and downloading the catalog and going through the catalog and learning prices and learning the products that we have. So first learning the categories, if it's skincare, tools, face, lips, eyes, we tell them all, listen, you need to engulf yourself in all the products so you have some sort of knowledge so that when you get your kit, you kind of know what to do. So the product knowledge is the next piece that we wait on, or that we start with. Catalogs and pricing, like I said, are like another thing that people take for granted that they really should spend some time on, so and once you know the prices, it makes it easier for you to be able to sell the merchandise also. Let's see, what else do we have? So they've done all this learning. So say this will be an example. So say someone joins on like a Monday in our team. We tell them like, okay, while you're waiting for your kit, you're doing all the stuff that I just talked about. And then we say, let's get you ready to launch peak times. We launch people. We help them start their business launch, their VIP, their whatever. We help them start that peak times on Facebook. So like Friday through Sunday. So if they join on a Monday or a Tuesday, we give them a couple days to get through this training. And then we ideally would launch them on a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday, depending on their schedules, what they tell us works for them. And you have to think about this. This is just all in a perfect world. So you may have some people that are just like, no, I cannot go that fast. I need, like 2 weeks to go through all this stuff. That's fine. It's very much new presenter led. So however they want to progress is kind of how we do it. But our main goal is to get anyone new that joins the team to yellow within 2 weeks. And Kelsey Stacy has a great video, I'm pretty sure that's one we use, about like getting to yellow in 2 weeks. So when I first joined, I watched a similar video to Kelsey's on YouTube, and it was this girl talking about how she got to yellow in 10 days. And I sat through the whole video and I was like this, because it seemed so impossible to me, because I was like, I literally just clicked join. How am I going to sell $1,000 in 10 days? And she talked about how she had she was running like 12 online parties, and she did a home party and all this stuff, and I was like so overwhelmed. You all remember that feeling, right? You remember that feeling of being like so overwhelmed. And I thought, okay, well, if she is saying that she did this, then I can do this too. And so I literally just took what she said in that YouTube video and I mapped it out. And I did. I hit yellow within the first 10 days. It was, I think, 6 days actually, 6 days of joining. And so those types of training videos that are available to you and your teams are crucial to get people to watch. You're going to have go-getters like me that are like, okay, just tell me what to do. Like, what do I have to do to get to the next step? What do I have to do to get to the next step? Then you're going to have other people that are, that are like, well, can you give me another video? Like, and you have to explain things more. And it's okay. But it's for you as a leader and as a sponsor, it's easiest to get people started if you understand their goals and how they learn and how fast they want to progress. That way, one, you're not getting disappointed because you're thinking, oh, I just sponsored a rock star, and then they want to take 3 weeks until they launch, right? So you want to just set yourself up to be a good sponsor and a good leader, and have a checklist, have a solid checklist that you and your team use, and you're teaching these people, you're teaching new presenters to fish, right? You're telling them where to go to get the information. Go complete, start strong, and come back to me when you're done and let me know if you had any questions. We'll answer the questions after that. But if you handhold and spoon feed everything to everybody, you're going to lose your mind because it's too much. Like there's absolutely no way I could personally train. I have almost 650 right on my team, so there's no way I could personally train everyone. So I have to have some sort of a system that we can all follow to guide people on where to go. If you have people that start and never complete Start Strong, or never complete the weekly trainings, or never complete university, you know what I'm going to tell you? Move on. Move on and go sponsor some more people, because you're not responsible for other people's results. You're responsible for directing them and guiding them and giving them the best start that you possibly can. And from there, it's up to them. It's up to them what they do with it. All the information here is free. I've never had a career, a job, anything where there was so much free information where I literally could just sit for hours and hours and hours and absorb everything and be able to implement it into what I am doing. So it's what Whitney has built in this group in Lash Stars is amazing. And if you can figure out how you duplicate everything that she is giving you, it's going to make your team successful. So I have a couple more things, and then if you guys, because there's a delay on here, so if you guys want to start asking questions, if you have any, go ahead and feel free to do that. But I do have a few more points that I want to go over. So when I started, I did not wait for my kit. I started right away. So when you are talking to new presenters, find out what their goals are, right? Because sometimes we have what? We have kidnappers, we have runners, we have joggers, and we have walkers. So I'm pretty sure there's a post in here, I'll try to bump it after, about runners, walkers, joggers, kidnappers. So I ask people when they join my team, what are you looking for out of Unique? Are you looking to build full-time income, part-time income? Are you looking to be a hobbyist? And I find out what their goals are. And then once again, I tailor how I train them based on what their goals are. And everyone on my team knows that if they have someone join their team and they say they're a runner and they want full-time income, they are putting them in a chat with me. And they're introducing them to me, and that way that person knows that I'm available as a resource also. We also have each elite has a new presenter team chat. So anyone that is added to their team within that month goes in a new team chat. So then it's kind of like a Start Strong chat. And then we can work with them. It's easier for me to help, you know, 4 different elites train their new people with just one chat instead of, 80 people asking me the same questions. And I have really had to, over the last year, kind of like pull myself back and do the more teaching them where to go. So instead of me like always giving them the answer, I tell them, go look in Lash Stars, or I go search in our team page here. The most underutilized tool that we have is the search button in all of these groups. So if you literally need to find out anything, you want to know about sponsoring, you want to know about how to get to yellow in 2 weeks or whatever, you hit that search button and you type in, you're going to get a ton of posts, because now Whitney's group is close to 4 years old, I think. So there's a lot of knowledge in here, and you can literally just go through and find a million tips that you could use. So once people, if they want to start right away without their kit, then we kind of help them do that. If they want to wait until they get their kit, they're doing all this training while they're waiting for their kit, right? Because it's about 5 days. So they can get all this training out of the way. They can have a good handle on what it is that they're going to be doing. And then we move right into what you do when you get your kit. So we teach people when they get their kit that you're going to do a live unboxing of your kit on your Facebook page. And you're going to go through everything that you have in your kit. You're going to show everybody. Even if you don't know anything about it, you're going to, you know what comes in it. You're going to just go and you're going to be excited. You're going to go live on your page and you're going to do the unboxing. Oh my gosh, I just started this new business. Look at this awesome kit. It's only $99. This month it's free shipping. And we get them to do the live unboxing of their kit. And then once they do the live on their page, if their VIP or their launch group or whatever you guys call them is set up, then they can share that right into their VIP. We have gotten our team away from having your VIP, your customer group, your whatever you call it. That is not our main focus anymore. That is secondary. Your main focus should be building your business on your Facebook wall. So live, making sure your page is public, making sure that you're posting 6+ times a day on your Facebook, making sure you're going live, making sure you have a good balance. There's a ton of daily checklists out there. We call them DMOs, a daily method of operation. So making sure that you have a daily method of operation, and we help our new people create a daily method of operation that works for them, right? So if you're a stay-at-home mom like me, I structure my day like this, and people will ask me, well, what does your day look like? And I tell them, okay, I get up at this time, this is what I do between this hour and this hour, this is when I'm sending messages, this is when I'm adding friends, this is when I'm booking parties. If they work full-time, then we help them work a DMO around their full-time job. So we say, okay, do you have 10 minutes here? Do you have 15 minutes here? And we tell them specifically income producing activities, or IPAs, that you could do in those 15 minutes so that you feel successful. So helping them get some sort of structure, because when they start, they're like, well, how many times should I post? What should I do? I don't know. So helping them literally take a piece of paper and write down, this is what your day is going to look like. It helps them feel like they're set up for success. So we talk about DMOs, we talk about IPAs all the time, and really get your presenters to understand that their Facebook is their store. It's your storefront. If you are open for business 24/7, and that is where you're going to build your business. And there's a bunch of other tips, that you can do, but we literally go through and do a Facebook training and a review. So I will look over someone's Facebook and I'll say, hey, let's change your profile picture to just you. Hey, let's put an inspirational quote as your banner. Hey, you need some more information here. Make sure your page is public. And this is all for people that want it. So there will be people that will say, I don't want my page public. Then I explain to them, if your page isn't public, you're only going to be able to go so far with your business, because you're only going to be able to reach so many people. You can still have a public page and just show posts of, say, your kids or your family to just your friends. So before you post it, there's a little drop down. You can change it there so it just goes to friends. But being public and working your page like a store is what's going to make you be successful and help you get your new presenters successful as well. So like I said, we do a lot of training on that. Lunch Girls, live on the personal page, usage, and then just setting up goals. There's a couple sheets I think that are in the files here in Whitney's group. It's a just an 8.5 by 11, and it's got 3 sections, and it says like your first month, and then it says like month 2 to 3 and month 4 to 5, and it tells you specific income producing activities, what you should be doing each month to get you to yellow, then to get you to pink, then to get you to blue and green and above. So I'll find it and put it in the comments here for you guys too, so you have that as a resource for your team. Do you guys have any questions on getting new presenters started? And when new people join, if they're just, like a week old or a couple days, like we stress the importance of fast start as soon as they start. And some people say, well, I can't recruit, I can't train, I don't know anything because I'm brand new, so how can I train? And I tell people, don't worry about it, just recruit, bring them in, and I will help you train, because training is, like I said, a passion of mine. I love, love, love training, so it's not a burden to me. It's not, I have had to set boundaries on when I can help people and when I can't help people, so that I make sure I work my own business 80% and help people 20%. But for me to, meet somebody like 12 levels down in my downline and to be able to help them, that's exciting to me. And I love that. I love making new friends. I love meeting people, and I love being able to give somebody information that empowers them to be successful. Okay, let's see. Oh, thanks, Adrienne. Is there a new presenters questionnaire out there we can use to get to know new presenters better? Tanya, that's a great idea. I did at one point have a little questionnaire. I had it for a little while, but I don't think I have it saved anywhere, but that's a great idea. If you come up with something, you could post it in this thread so we could all share it. That's great. But the one thing that I do use, Tanya, like I said, is there's a little picture. It's got the 4 squares, and it says kidnapper, part-time, hobbyist, and full-time. And I usually send that to new presenters, and I just say, tell me where you're at on here, so I know how to help you. But a questionnaire is really great. Or, what you could even do is, if you have a team page, like you could just say, you could put a welcome post and say, this is the official welcome post. Tell us 5 things about you that we need to know. And then as new people join, you could just tag them in that, and they can put their 5 things. That way the whole team is learning about the people that are joining. And another big thing too, when your new people are getting started, is please explain the importance of liking and commenting on stuff in your training group. So if you have your team page and you add someone new in there, make sure that you tell them, hey, anytime Becky posts, make sure you're liking and commenting, because the more that they're liking and commenting, the more they're liking and commenting, the more the stuff that I post in the team page is going to show up in their news feed so they don't miss it. So that's another thing. Same thing with Whitney's group here. Like, make sure your people are liking and commenting and following along, because they'll miss stuff if they don't. But do you guys have any other questions? Everything, it's a little delayed, so if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask. But like I said, the biggest thing is just remembering what it was like when you were starting and identifying their goals and what they want, so you know how to help them. I think a lot of people, being a sponsor, try to teach the way that they know how to learn, and that being a good sponsor and being a good leader, that doesn't work. You have to be able to adapt your style to someone else's style. And like I said, that's taken me a long, long time to be able to learn how to do that. I did a ton of stuff when I was working for Gap, a ton of like personal development stuff, like DISC, personality profile stuff. Like I've done that for years and years and years. So I know like what my strong points are, and I know what to look for in other people. Amy, at what point do you suggest starting your own team page? No, Whitney. Whitney just posted the other day. You don't start a new team page. I'll tell you what our team does. My elites don't start new team pages until I suggest until they're purple, because my elites all work full time and they all have a ton on their plate. It would be impossible for them to provide, the same information that I can filter and give, being doing unique full time. So I do unique full time. So they lean a lot on me to help with that, which is fine because, like I said, I love training. So, Amy, I would suggest you talk to your elite and your upline, but there too many pages. Like I said, we only have 3 pages, and that is it. That is it, because everything that you need is in here, in Lash Stars. Like literally everything you could need to be successful is here. If your team has a team page, your black status, you'll want to be in that. But other than that, we don't have other groups. It's too confusing. Anybody else have any other questions? We're good. Let me just scroll through and make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions. Yeah, if you guys, like I said, if you have other questions, let me know and I can get back to you in this chat. But now is the time to be adding people to your team. It's free shipping. It's going to be gone in like 10 days. And we have the biggest time of the month left for us and the 7 days of deals. So help your new people like understand and get some structure around what to do the next like 6 weeks. That would be my suggestion if you haven't. We literally have been doing 1 to 2 Zooms a week talking about holiday planning, and I literally teach holiday planning like I ran my holidays in retail. So I teach them to go to your email and look what all the emails are saying from all the other retailers. What are they offering? What are they doing? What's their slogan? What's their pitch? Like, what are you doing? Map out your days. If you don't have some sort of structure for like the next week and some sort of like game plan on what you're going to do in your VIP or on your Facebook page, you're going to miss out on a lot of sales. You're going to have the 7 days from corporate, but you're going to know how to do it. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to focus on? What products in addition? Like, we're not going to know what the deals are, so that's going to be one thing, but what are you going to focus on those days? What about with the Black Friday specials? How do we work that into launching new presenters? So, Tanya, if you have somebody that's starting like this week, and they are starting out, I would make it a big deal. I wouldn't so much make it about them launching as I would make it about them sharing the 7 days of deals and Black Friday. So I literally would, if they have their kit, have them start taking selfies, have them start doing a video on each product that is in their kit, and have video and have images before and afters of everything that's in their kit, and have that as like we tell them to create an album on their phone and keep all that in there. And then as they announce the 7 days and the Black Friday stuff, they're just going to be like going after that stuff. They're going to just be talking about it and talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, because the 7 days and whatever they announce for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, that's all corporate. So you can share that on your personal page. If you're doing anything extra, specials or something customized for your customers, that has to be in the closed group, but they can, just help them get some sort of structure. And like I said, when in doubt, if you have no retail experience at all, just look through your email and see what other retailers are doing. Google, you know, some of the big boxes like Walmart and Costco and like all that kind of stuff, just to get your mind flowing with ideas on what to do. Let's see. Anybody have anything else? What are like some of your resources that you guys use that are successful? You can, you know, I'm sure you probably used a lot of like what I have, but like I said, if you don't use the information here in Whitney's group, you're missing out. Like, don't recreate the wheel. Like, there's no point in recreating your own training material when Whitney already has it here for you. So just duplicate what she has. Make it your own in your own, you know, your own style, but you should be getting all your people in here and making sure that they are checking this group all day and going through stuff. Sarah, okay, what is a Zoom? Zoom is a video conferencing. You can get, it's an app, you can download the app, or you can do it on your desktop or your laptop. It's a free video conferencing that you can do with your team, but the free part is only an hour. So if you have an hour team Zoom a week, then you're good. And then you can upload it to YouTube. It downloads it and then you can upload it to YouTube. Our Zooms are always usually longer than an hour. So there's an executive, I think it's called, executive level Zoom that you can pay for to be able to talk longer than an hour. And it was cheap. I think it was only $149, I think, for me to have unlimited for a year. So, and we do 2 Zooms a week. So you figure that out. It's pretty cheap. Oh, the other thing I just want to throw in before I leave is I had some people from the group already like friend requesting me. Just don't friend request me. My follow button is turned on and my page is public. So I don't accept friend requests from Y sisters that aren't in my downline or team, just so that I save my space on my friends list. But you can follow me and you're not going to miss anything because my page is public. Good. Okay, I think I got everybody's questions here. Good. Okay, well, thank you, everybody, for letting me spend some time with you tonight. I hope you found this informational, and I hope I gave you some good tips that will help you feel successful with launching new presenters. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment here, and I will check the group and this thread so that I can answer your questions. So. Hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday, and I hope you're prepping for Black Friday. And I can't wait to see what kind of records our team breaks because it's going to be awesome. So hope everyone has a great night. Bye.